Look at yourself. No, not at the screen, at the reflection. That person you see there is a stranger, or rather, a memory of who you used to be before you decided your life needed an art director. Welcome to the Theatre of Transparency, where we're all actors, yet nobody knows who wrote the script. We are in the 21st century, where the question, who am I, is no longer answered in the mirror, but on an Instagram profile. In this investigation titled The Authenticity Gap, we ask ourselves, how much of what we post is actually us? Because, let's be honest, we're all lying just a little bit. Or perhaps, we're just overacting. First, Irving Goffman. He argued that life is a stage. We have a front stage, the stage where we perform for the audience, and a backstage, where we take off the mask and scratch wherever it itches. The problem is that the digital world has torn down the theater walls. Now, the stage lights are on 24/7. Then comes Sherry Turkle, and she tells us something terrifying. We prefer the digital realm because it is editable. In real life, if you stutter or mess up, there is no going back. Online, you can delete, filter, and retouch until you look like a silicon demigod. Next, we have Jose Van Dijk. This likable lady tells us about the echo produced in social media. What becomes the most popular is what most people see. So what many people admire or long. Therefore creating more and more accounts with that profile, rather than a unique, personal image of the person itself. Profiles are not always reflections. Not of oneself, at least. And finally, Byung-Chul Han. He warns us about the transparency society. We believe being transparent is good, but Han says we only show what has market value. We have turned our identity into a commodity for Van Dijk's algorithm. That invisible judge that rewards us with likes if we look good enough like what it wants to sell. Now, we didn't just stick to the books. We hit the streets, or rather the screens, of young people in Querétaro. We surveyed digital natives, people who grew up with a phone glued to their hands and who understand, better than anyone, that identity is something constructed post by post. Is there a gap between you and your profile? Or has the profile already devoured the person? We wanted to measure the distance, this abyss between the self that feels and the self that is shown. And the data? Wow, the data is the scream of a generation running out of fear. Listen to this. 50% of young people admit that sadness is a taboo. The first thing they amputate before uploading a photo is pain. We have created an emotional cleansing. If it's not beautiful, successful, if it's not aesthetic, it doesn't exist. 100%. Not a single soul was spared. Everyone recognizes that their profile is an enhanced version. But here is the greatest twist of all. No one admits to have anxiety. They say likes don't matter to them. They're lying. Or even worse, they've normalized the mask so much that they don't even feel the weight of the plastic on their faces anymore. They have become the mask.